What up, my freaks? RuinusInsight here with part 16 of my Total War Warhammer 3 modded King Louen campaign. So as we saw last time, Louen has taken down Sartosa, defeating Aranessa Solspite in a duel, and the knights streaming into the city to wreck Pirate Face. This means that we are just about ready to leave for the endgame scenario, which will begin in 6 turns. That said, we still have to remember that the endgame here isn't where it's going to be concerning. Blackstone Post and Mousillon. The concern will be the fact that the vampire counts in Sylvania will be much stronger. Then there will be the vampires in the desert and potentially the desert, or potentially the vampires here. Though by the looks of it, as I see no corruption nearby, the caravan of blue roses might already have been destroyed. And as to whether they managed to recover back there, I guess we'll have to find out. Anyway, let's start on what we have to do. First of all, Louen, you are going to, I guess, attack Anna Coughlin. You know, let's build the buildings first, then let's attack. Also, I think we'll be confederating BordeleauX this episode, because we now have enough income and public order and chivalry and whatnot to be able to manage the additional strain logistically on our empire. Martek, let's build the defenses here, more or less temporarily, mind you, but nonetheless. And it's nice to have the Grail Chapel here because we can get more damsels, but well, let's just hope that the Eye of the Panther doesn't get destroyed. We'll see. Hopefully they go for Martek, because we're going to keep that for now. And Gisoro, let's build the defenses here, once again temporarily. Tilea, Miragliano, we'll need additional growth here as much as we can get. And Irana Mountains, build Bali, yes please. Town for you, and Vineyard for you. And Blighted Marshes, I mean, I guess we'll keep Skaven Blight. Doesn't really matter that much. And honestly, I think we could just give up Misnar to these guys so that they can start developing it here. It's not going to be much money. We could wait for more, but at this point we're in a good enough position not to worry about this as much. So, propose offer, enjoy Eltharion. Probably could have actually had him declare war on a faction or two for this. You know what? Here's what we'll do. We'll declare war against the Dark Elves, the Cult of Pleasure to be specific, by, let's say, talking
Welcome
to
the
you.
court of the Everqueen.
Right, who are they at war with? They're at war with the Daughters of the Forest Hexoatl. Let's say we join the war against the Cult of Pleasure, 9.5. That's not great. I wasn't actually looking to get money from them, but just some kind of other concessions. Mostly I want to get Eltharion and to get Eataine to both join the war against the Cult of Pleasure, because they're not really doing much right now. And they're not at war with anybody, and they probably should be. Unless Tyrion is looking to declare war on Safari, but it doesn't look to be the case, huh? Alright, well, either way, let's talk to Mother Ostankia. Now, we probably shouldn't take her money, actually, for this. Let's take Avalorn's money. Avalorn should be richer, yeah? Cult of Pleasure, 5. Wait, is there anything we could do to get... yeah, I'll just do this. Screw it.
I
like so. Then, we will see if Eataine is willing to do the same. Cult of Pleasure, 0. Fantastic. Oh. It's doing that thing. Well, either way. You can join the war against the Cult of Pleasure, and I'll do the same thing for you, sir. Against the Cult of Pleasure. There we go. Now all of Ulthuan stands against Morathi. That should A, help Mother Ostankia out, and B, hopefully make them friendlier with the lizards who are currently fighting these guys. Now let's hope that that works out. Now the buildings are complete and the stuff is built, so let's send Louen out to do a little bit of cleanup and destroy for good the remnants of the pirates of Sartosa. Alright, there's not much there, but it's certainly worthy of a quick charge into the enemy. I wish we could lightning strike this, because we don't really need these guys, but whatever. Away you go, Louen.
Glory to Bretonnia!
Alright, and here we go again, the final army of these Sartosans before they get destroyed. And they have a few nice things here, at the very least a few things that might make a direct charge with our knights a little bit more dangerous than normal. A couple of carronades and a couple of deck gunners, both of which can certainly bring down knights fairly quickly, especially Knights of the Realm, so yeah, we'll see how that goes for us. We are going to try to distract as many of the enemy units as best we can. The mortar fire and the carronades are going to hit our knights directly, and it's not like we're not going to charge anyway, even if we do take a little bit of damage. As in charge directly into the front of the enemy. It's just too entertaining to watch, regardless of the better, let's say, tactical options sometimes available to you. On the other hand, though, you know, it's a rule of cool sort of thing. The better way would have been to just separate our knight forces into two, kind of like our flanking forces, and just crush the enemy in between the two forces rather than charging to the front, and possibly even waiting out the enemy a little bit with Louen and the paladins, bringing down the enemy arty. But once again, I don't think we'll take enough damage here for this to be a concern. Speaking of bringing down the arty, the Pegasus Knights will loop around and hit the enemy in the back, destroying the enemy crew. Louen, by the looks of it, has already killed the enemy lord with a few hits, but, well, we can expect that from him. Otherwise, the enemy army has been surrounded by knights from pretty much every direction now, and it looks like this is not going to be a long battle at all. Alright, man-eaters still holding, of course, and they're probably going to be the only ones holding, together with those animated hulks. Nice to see ogres, both living and dead, working together. Wouldn't you say? Sartosa, showing us that the living and the dead can live side by side, work side by side. Perfect harmony. A level of harmony the Cathans can only wish that they could achieve. Although I suppose the jade-blooded vampires achieved it long ago. Anyway, is my pro-vampire bias showing? Anyway, with that, the enemies are pretty much done for, and in fact, no pretty much about it. They're done. All right. One quick charge and the knights are victorious. We're gonna chase off the man-eaters and destroy the Sartosan Free Company as well, slash Sartosan Militia, but we can do that off-screen. Alright, fantastic army. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. One unit of zombie pride gunnery mob bombers. I'll live again. Don't bother ransoming, I think. Yeah, we're okay, and we once again don't want to risk it, and actually the bonus movement is probably helpful here. With that one unit remaining with 32 HP, another student, another rod that we don't need, a Royal Pegasus for Chantal, but she won't be holding on to this as she's level 13, and thus is maxed out as she needs to be. Okay, so what we need to do here now is have our Rapunce land at Lucchini. And let's see what we got here. Oh, we do not have a stack. I mean, bunch of clan rats and no nukes. I think we could just auto-resolve this. This shouldn't be that concerning. I guess the beastmen here are going to be a little bit more concerning if it comes down to it. Let's see. We lose our two... oh, and we lose the Holy Wardens of the Maison-Ta. Alright, fine, we can mob the enemy then. Alright, we can fight it, no big deal. Plus, it's always fun to see the fights regardless. You and you. I want you moving close, and I think you two together will be able to do this, hopefully without wasting Lewin's movement points. Attack. And auto-resolve, and either one will die. Beautiful. Alright, and ransom captives. No, just execute the captives, actually. You are now at level 11. You're still at level 11. Parts of Sartosa destroyed. Let's move you march stance here and have you follow Rapunce. Chantal, you are good to go. So no Royal Pegasus for you, no Earthing Rod. You can keep the Zealot. And we no longer need any of this. So we are free to respec you. Alright, and we can have you get Root Marcher, 10th share for the farms, Peasant's Purpose, Arcane Wisdom, Muster the Farm Hands, let's see, don't need Mysticism, I guess we'll just get another point in Justiciar, another 3 points rather, in Justiciar, and away we go. Alright, that's another magnanimous one. We could either send you southward to the desert, or maybe we'll send you to Magritta, or we could even keep you here at Miragliano. Well, I'll send you to Magritta for now. There's nobody at sea that would threaten to kill you, right? I don't see anybody. Alright, go. And I took away her Pegasus, right? I did, good. Alright, thanks for the reminder for that. And you can buff up Magritta shortly, once it actually gets the farms. Louen, you are also good to go. Let's march stance you out, full speed stance, whatever. You have places to be. Would it be faster to go like this? I wonder. Well, either way, you're gonna move. I would have loved to have kept you around for a little bit, but you've got a Red Duke, a date with the Red Duke, I mean. Alright, and just out of curiosity, this versus... might be faster to go partially by land, and in fact, wait. Just to speed you up even further, you will land in Montenas, so for one turn, what we'll do is we'll switch you to extensive patrols. Louen has to book it back to Mousillon quickly, after all. Alright, then, Adelard. Since this is a minor battle, we'll hopefully quickly be able to auto-resolve this one. Sail to wreck. Yes. Yes. I was just now... I just auto-resolve it. 1600, eh? Take it. I want to see what the debuff is. If we can get it on somebody. And, okay, 5,000 gold, nice, and still no debuff, okay. You are healing in the Great Ocean, meaning you can continue healing here, and proceeding, assuming that you keep healing to this shipwreck, doing the same there, then to the Mysterious Island, and then all the way to the... No, you're not healing here anymore. Then you're going to go here, to the Shifting Isles, where you will similarly not heal. Huh, I thought that this would be friendly territory. Guess I should have gone over here instead. Well, my bad, but it is what it is. Stay there, still try to get that thing. Okie dokie. A little bit lower money now, a little bit lower income, I mean. But we can deal. Sartosa, you're fine. I expect ogres and orcs to attack us shortly as well. This we'll deal with in a second, but I want to make sure we move everybody. Fey Enchantress, I would like you... It'd actually be better to go, or faster to go by sea. Go by sea. And we respect you, right? To get Lady of the Land, yes. There was probably at least one other character that we didn't respect, and you know what? I think we haven't checked the troughs in a little bit. So we know that Lewins are all complete. You are... Oh! I didn't pledge you to chivalry. My bad. Well, pledge you now. My bad, man. That's what you get for having an impronounceable name. Aladdin. Pledge to chivalry, yes. No, and fight! You just completed yours recently, last episode, so you're fine. Pledge to... Let's see. Win a battle in desert? Yeah, I think we could do that. Pledge to campaign. Because you're going to the desert after this anyway. And then you... I believe you completed yours recently as well, Henri. Raise 5 major, kill 5 enemy lords. Yeah, that's the most likely one. And then same thing with you. Kill 5 enemy lords for response. Been a while. Also, we have her only item, so good. You know what, let's double check everybody else while we're at it. Vows, good, good. Good, we can just go along the list and check everybody. Okay, everybody looking good? Alright, Green Knight is... yeah.
What is your behest?
Alright, you're good, and... Oh, one other one. Who is this? Oh, it's Cassillon. He's probably never going to be a lord, so he's mostly here.
The lady guides us.
I mean, I guess in theory, if he were to reinforce somebody, we might be able to collect Pledge to Untaint, but we're probably just going to delete him once he's served his purpose, so not a big deal either way. Then, who else needs to move? Other than Cassillon, looks like nobody. Avril, Mercier, and Shadowheart, you're good. We did the buildings, so I guess we attack again. Alright. Attack we shall. Response, you could select the Crusade stance, but frankly, it's probably not necessary.
Your coming was foretold.
And a little bit of bonus for cavalry won't help us here, will it, after all? Yeah, that's fine. I can get you your points, though. And alright, we do have to reset you, but you know what? We'll reset her later. Right now, Peasant Proficiency and Lowborn Militia are both useful to her. Later in the game, she will be relying instead on Worshippers of the Grail to buff Foot Squires, and possibly Glorfiniel's Progeny to buff a few of the Knights of the Realm on foot. So it'll be different than what she's using now, so yeah. And the rest of you will level you up after. It's not like we need it for this little tiny Skaven battle. Why? Why, men-at-arms? Well, let's fight some clan rats. Here we go. Alrighty, mobs of peasants versus mobs of clan rats. Why not? Why not? And our men-at-arms are still pretty darn heavily damaged from that previous fight, so we're with Scarbrand, so we're still going to have to be at least a little bit careful. Men-at-arms are tier 1 units, even with maces, and they probably would be able to fight a unit of clan rats one-on-one. By the looks of it. Although the clan rats do have a higher max HP, but they certainly wouldn't be able to when they have less than a third of their units. Anyway, we're gonna wait for our reinforcements to arrive, since the enemy is perfectly willing to let us do so. Now, our units in this army are damaged as well. Well, that'll make the battle at least a little bit more even. And we do, however, have to make sure we destroy that Plague Claw catapult before it can do too much. So, and that's what we're going to send our paladins and our single entities to do: directly charge the Plague Claws, while Rapun's tries to hunt the enemy lord down. I gotta love the barding of her mount. But that one's not reused on more units. Anyway, Rapun's pops the Halo of Maidenly Wrath, and knocking away some of those rats, sending a few of those Plague Monks flying as she continues to barrel forth towards the Plague Claws. While I was hoping that the Paladins had stopped the Plague Claws firing, it apparently was not enough. They did not count engaged. And thus we're going to drop a few spells on them. An Awakening of the Wood and Lightning Striking at the same location with the Neuron's Thunderbolt, and will mean that the Plague Claws are done and the Peasant Blob can take care of the rest. And hey, we even have our damsels/prophetesses helping out in melee a little bit. Or we will in a second. And dropping a couple more spells, just a Flock of Doom, but it was mostly to try to get rid of the Plague Claws and make sure that they don't come back. I'd rather kill the enemy clan rats with peasant blobs than with spells, just because it'll be more fun to watch. Anyway, the peasants charge forth, and the arrows rain down among both the rats and the rat-like peasants. Alrighty, there's the Beast Slayers of Bastan moving forward, the only unit here that we can accept that it'll basically take care of itself. They're fairly decent. They did bring down a tier 5 Bloodthirster after all, when we did that defense against Scarbrand's attack, granted with the help of a paladin, but nonetheless still fairly impressive. Shield of Thorns is up, and we're going to reflect some of the damage from the enemy ratties. Although I think one of the issues with Shield of Thorns is that the effect is so jarring, it's a little bit difficult to see what the heck is going on. At least you basically can't see your own units. Anyway, looks like a decent amount of the clan rats are gonna book it on out of there, but otherwise it's just blob on blob tactics, which is nice to occasionally see. The Plague Monks in here are going to be particularly dangerous, as they're pretty good at mincing trash infantry like ours, and on top of that they're unbreakable in SFO, so we're going to have to kill them down to the very last rat. Alright, and the mages are fighting in melee. Oh, I didn't even realize that they had a sword as well as the staff. I guess they don't have enough mastery of magic to just be like the Fey Enchantress and just use magical attacks for every hit. But that's okay. So I'm getting some great shots in this one, though it looks like most of the clan rats at the very least are running from the beast slayers of Bastan. Arrows continue to rain down upon the enemy line, but it looks like not for much longer as the balance of power has shifted to about 90%. It looks like it'll be the Plague Monks that still need to be destroyed. One unit here and another here. Rapunzel and her paladins are trying to whittle them down one by one. Every rat has to be killed here. And then the second blob is fighting a few units of men-at-arms. Oh, actually, there's another unit of clan rats that is still fighting. Although I imagine this one not for long, and then the Plague Monks will be the only ones that remain. Alrighty, and looks like a few of those Plague Monks are going to try to charge our Peasant Bows. We're gonna back those off and try to distract the Plague Monks for a few seconds with our Damsel and Prophetesses, while all of our range units try to switch and kill this particular unit. Can't be having those Plague Monks charging our range line after all, and so we'll have to melt them away. Alright, peasants who were supposed to do that on cue. Someone's gonna get flogged for this. There we go. Not quite on cue, but certainly enough fire to rip those poor Plague Monks apart, especially vulnerable as they are, and due to their lack of armor. Nice. Alright, one unit of Plague Monks remains, but it had one unit left, and thus no units of Plague Monks remain. Oh no, there's still that one alive. Oh, look at this one rat, it just... it dodged all the damsels, and then several hundred arrows at the same time. How will this last Plague Monk die? Ooh, that was a nice hit. Oh yeah, don't even look at the guy you killed. This, oh, please one-on-one. Come on, now run towards the Plague Monk. Mace Man, please. If only that these two had duked it out, but it looks like the Plague Monk wants a piece of somebody else. I can't believe it's still alive. Where are you going? Okay, I'm genuinely curious about the fate of this particular rat. Who's gonna find it? Who's gonna figure out that there is still one here? Gotta be one of you. Huh. Actually, it's just going to move in and probably get ripped apart by peasants. Alright, there we go. Finally it found somebody to fight while in the middle of the ground. Hey, it just came out of the ground like the menace below. Alright, well, there we go. With the sacrifice of the last of the Plague Monks, the victory is ours, and we don't really need to chase. Alrighty, no problem. 200 peasants lost, and that's basically nothing in terms of peasant numbers. I find it pretty funny that we've essentially been out-skavening the Skaven by having more peasant bodies to throw at the enemy than they do have Skaven slaves, so glorious. Occupy Lucchini, please, a free hedge wizard, an obsidian amulet, another armor of the something, and a barded warhorse for you. Savior for Renee. Damn, I gotta remember to get that for Rapunzel. Yeah, still important. Alrighty, you guys go in here. Rapunzel, you can just stay and heal up in Lucchini, although... How much do you heal outside of Lucchini, out of curiosity? Oh, basically the same amount. Alright, go out here and then channel instead. Esther, you cannot switch stances, so you cannot channel. I guess you two stay here and channel. Alright. And if this guy attacks us, well, then he attacks us. Can you move? There you go. I was a little bit worried that Renee was a little bit too far from a response. Actually, here's another thing we'll want to do, and get another prophetess up and running. Not you, but the new one, before she disappears. So you, Marie la Chasseur. You're gonna move in here, and then since Renee is done, being at level 14 and magnanimous and ready to enter a settlement, we'll transfer her army next turn. Or we could do so this turn. Yeah, let's do it right now. Transfer army, right there. And you guys are supposed to go to... you're supposed to go to the Fey Enchantress to get back what troops she's missing. Renee, you no longer need items. Anchor, Psychon, Talisman of Endurance, Charmed, Shield, bye-bye. Then let's get you reset skills, like so.
What is your behest?
And all your vows are completed as well. Fantastic. The Peasant's Purpose, Muster the Farmhands, Arcane Wisdom, Route Marcher, 10th Share, and Justiciar. And we have a bonus point, so let's get it into... Gotta go with the Irrepressible Spirit. Might be able to level up more at some point and get Steward of the Realm and then into Bailiff. Not that either one is going to be particularly useful here. Anyway, and there you go, Renee, and we'll actually probably keep you here in Maragliano, as it's going to be a very powerful province. We don't need the Clothier here. We'll need defenses and the farms, so yeah. On to Rafrafa next, though I have a feeling these guys are going to take it. Actually, out of curiosity, how many more territories do you have left? Just the 2. Beautiful. Alright, and I believe there's nothing else to do, or at least nothing else to fight, so we're gonna go Heraldry of Bordeleux and confederate them next turn. We'll do one last little Diplo thing. Or look at Diplo one more time, I mean. Yeah, look at that. The various forms of Kislevites are ready for defensive alliances. Let's do it. You get 3k for it. I'm not sure that we should, though. Let's let them keep their money. And the thing is, they're already kind of in trouble, and they're going to be even more in trouble once the undead really hit. So, yeah. Ice Squirt and you as well. I could have gotten 7k out of all that, but, you know, we need them alive until Louen moves northward to deal with chaos and with the dead. Reichland, I think it's time to go full military alliance. And the main thing I was concerned with was the scaling attacking our northern territories, and that's clearly already happening. Oh, hello. Valkia's nearby. Enough for Louen to duel Valkia. That'd be nice. Yeah. Alright, Reichland military alliance. Plus, we'll need the Fire Rain rockets, or the Hailstorm rocket batteries. Alright, everything else is good. We could do the military alliance with Talzin as well to get access to some of their units. The Heremos, I don't know, could combine with Way Watchers, perhaps, since they're both kind of sneaky, fiery units. I gotta get that army up and running, though. Yeah, fine, you know what? Military alliance with Talzin as well. Risky though this may be. And you know what? You can give us your money. Oh, that's right. Alright, and now we're good. Now we're good. And is the building isn't even up and running yet. The Outlaws camp, I mean, so, yeah. We could, if we wanted to, summon Gotrek and Felix, have them lead the Outlaw army for a little while. It was like something that would be coherent with their storyline. You also. Let's get a few more knights. We want the Grail Knights. Oh, they're expensive as all heck, but it is what it is. Yeah, just get a couple of Grail Knights. I know this is without the bonus armor, but the 30% reduction in cost might be worth it. On the other hand, the bonus armor is right here. It's pretty darn close. We can just move on over. You know what, let's make a comparison and do it next turn. I think we'll be fine either way, to be honest. Also, Adler, did you ever need any? No, you're good. Let's get another few points in Lowborn Militia for you, and then Peasant Proficiency for your wannabe knights. Right here, 1, 2, 3. We should probably... wait, is there something useful here in the Dukedom's Bond? Construction costs for all buildings ain't bad, but not particularly useful to us right now, I'd say. I think we'd prefer Rally. The peasants will need it. Alrighty, and then Florence Dubois, our first damsel. You're gonna have Earthing, Magical Reserves, and Arcane Conduit. We are good otherwise. Let's get another point in. Against the dead, I'm gonna say Chain Lightning over Comet of Cassandora. But we'll get both either way. Alright, and now I believe we're ready to end the turn and confederate Bordeleux. So here we board to go, end turn. That was the stupidest. Just amusing myself as usual. We should also really keep an eye on Scarbrand, because he's gonna come back with a full stack before we know it. And right now, Alhaik and Fyrus and all of them are undefended. You want a defensive alliance? Sure. Sure. Go for it. Give us 396 money. We'll do this, and then we'll immediately confederate them next turn. Alright, and we lose 1,000 chivalry, but we'll get it back pretty much immediately. We could also just pay them the money and not lose the chivalry at all. Huh. 7.5k, that's half a turn worth of cash, but it'll be about a turn worth of cash once our buffs are down. And chivalry's fairly easy to acquire, let's face it. Alright, I think we'll do the chivalry. Let's give this a read as usual, though. Bordeleux is a land peacefully split over religious matters. Those residing on the coastlines assert that the lady's domain ends where the water turns salt, where the domain of Manan begins. The tempestuous sea god's triforked symbol is a reminder of the bond he forged with the bloodline of Bordelais dukes during the 10th Great Battle against the Sea Raiders from the north. Lord Marcus, the first Duke of Bordeleux, was said to have fought alongside Manan himself that day, ending the battle by challenging and defeating the giant warrior in command of the Norskins that day. Did it really use the words "that day" twice in the same little sentence? That day, that day. Okay, come on now. Yeah, let's just demand fealty. Go for it. At the cost of chivalry. And what do we get for bonuses? Construction cost all buildings. Nice, but not a huge deal. Melee attack when fighting at sea, no. Trade tariffs, meh. And income from ports. Oh, that's interesting. Will the income bonus from the various ports we have outdo the money saved by the construction cost reduction? Honestly, I don't think it matters that much. I'm thinking we're just gonna go with the income from ports. It's not really anything crazy. We have a decent amount of ports. It's probably gonna give us an extra, I'm gonna say 1,000 gold per turn, maybe? I hope at least. Because if I'm wrong, this is way better. And again, it's only, just do second tribute. See what we get. Okay, that gives us like 300 gold. Okay, maybe not. We need a few more ports, and you know what, to be fair, we don't have any tier 5 ports and very few tier 3 ports. Henri Le Massif has gotten his hippogriff, and there's that confederation. Alright, let's see what we got going on over here. Alberic, you're in an interesting position here, my friend. In a very interesting position indeed. Certainly... Oh, you sacked the Golden Ziggurat, but... Definitely iffy. You have captured the Blood Hall, though. Don't collect the income here, delete the Clothier. I think we need to return Alberic to his main territory to get him back his troops. And what do we have here? Tons of questing knights, and we're at 74 out of 90. Bunch of peasant mobs, etc, etc, etc. Alright, we're gonna need to do a little bit of admin now. So let's do a little bit of admin. And let's start with Alberic. What do you have? You're at level 14, and you have Justiciar and Bonded Service, and nothing of the good stuff that you have, eh? AI. Why? Alright, what do we have here? Construction costs for all resource-producing buildings. Meh. How much tradable resources produced are nice. Construction costs for ports reduction. Yeah. Alright, let's probably do all of these. And then what do you have? You like Knights of the Realm. So we need to get you lots of Knights of the Realm and combine it with some Men-at-Arms. That means the questing knights that we have, we should probably transfer to another lord. Alright, fair enough. Yeah, tons of Knights of the Realm buffs. Reset skills, reset.
my strength and wisdom.
Yes to the dukedom's bond, but not yet, perhaps. Let's go Root Marcher, lead from the front, most definitely. Coastal Expansion, we should probably get all of these. And the Blessing of the Lady. And Aspiring Knights. Don't really care about the Virtue of Empathy at the current time. Yeah, so it's shipping lanes for the construction cost reduction for resource-producing buildings, but more importantly, the resources that they themselves provide. Appoint Reeves. Just buffs up all commandments. And Coastal Expansion. Sadly, this takes up a lot of his points, and we don't have many left, but nonetheless. Let's then do Inspiring Presence, and since he's going to be spamming Knights of the Realm, we may as well just immediately go for Glorfiniel's Progeny. Knights of the Realm, yes. Alright. You have 2 Knights of the Realm. I could have sworn that he made Knights of the Realm faster, but I could be wrong. Anyway, you're gonna get the heck out of here. We're not going to immediately declare war on the Dark Elves. Now we need to see what we've got going on here. We can build Knights of the Realm out of the stables at Brigun, and we have 2 territories. Oh, we don't own Wallatal. Or the Sacred Pools. What if we could get Wallatal from these guys? Or we could just kill them. We'll see. It would mean attacking the Jade Court as well. Yuenbo. They're at war with Hexoatl. Maybe we do attack them? That's a little iffy, though. I'm not sure yet. Alright, we'll have to figure that out. It'll be an interesting question. What the heck is this? We'll need defenses all over here. The other province, I think, is... Oh, it doesn't have... A moment. And this is the only place where we have a rally field. And we probably want it for the men-at-arms of Polearms. Alright, fine. Keep it for now. And let's build the U barracks up. Let's delete the stables here. And then let's see what we got. Are either of you magnanimous, incidentally? You are sanguine now, so both of you are relatively useless, probably. We can just get a better lord. Another Knights of the Realm lord, which is funny, but not super useful for us. Let's put them both in a single army, whoever has... Oh. You can kill 5 enemy lords in battle. What about you? Desert or jungle? We could do jungle. Alright, how many Knights of the Realm here? We have a few here and a few here. Take out the peasant mobs. Take out the mounted yeomen. Keep the yeoman archers? Probably not. Granted, these guys are basically free right now, but I don't want to go overboard. Let's transfer to you for now. All the knights. And the mounted yeomen. Take the battle pilgrims. Well, we probably don't need the battle pilgrims here. Yeah. Don't bother with the battle pilgrims here. Let's give you the pox arrows and then we'll delete the other stuff. Alright, all of you can be deleted, including the Lord. Well, actually, we'll bring the free questing knights over to the other side, or maybe even keep them here. Maybe we could keep the battle pilgrims. This is also not nearly enough Knights of the Realm, so we're gonna have to recruit some. At least this is a full territory. Let's go Realm of Chivalry right now. We can still have the Water Wheel and definitely the Brothel. The Smithing ain't gonna be too useful for us, but at least it reduces recruitment costs, so we'll keep it. Zahutek, do we have any paladins here?
Lord and hero.
He has 2 paladins. One who is Virtue of Penitent, so he has Enfeebled Defense, which is okay, and has a useless thing. And oh, I should check your vows, which are complete. What about yours? Complete? What about yours? And your bolstered army? Yeah, it's fine. Your vows are also complete. Well, at least their vows are done. And I don't think we care about their point signing. We'll redo their items as well. And they both have students as well. Alright. I guess that's good enough.
Very well.
Whenever you confederate, you're obviously going to have a bit of admin, so that was quite necessary. We don't, I think, need the apothecary here. We'll keep building the defenses. You know what? Let's send you...
I see you.
Now, you need to get closer. Alright, so you're gonna go here. This way. Fastest you can get to Quitax. And the Knights of the Realm, we should probably start upgrading them. Let's immediately give them all... Wait, 1 second. I guess the question for you, sir, is do we even bother with the peasants? Because I'm thinking we just get a bunch of foot knights of the realm combined with a bunch of non-foot knights of the realm. I guess just have a massive army of knights of the realm and some trebs for fun. We don't really need the... I mean, the melee defense buff is better for Knights of the Realm. I know, yeah, it's all Knights of the Realm, just huge Knights of the Realm pile. Melee and non-melee alike. So yeah, you start recruiting those. How many do we have? Oh, they're expensive, but it is what it is. And we will start giving them some of these things. Probably Heroism of Indomitable. And of course, we have to remember that some of them will have to be... Huh, it says 10, but it's not 10. Oh, whatever. And frankly, we probably don't need the Knights Errant, but we'll keep them around for reasons once again. Anyway, let's continue doing whatever it was we were doing. I see the Beastmen are gone. No, they're not. They're right there. They're right there. Enchantress, I'm gonna want you to move towards Rafrafa. Let's see what we got there. Ikit might return at Zarexil, actually, since it doesn't seem that the Wood Elves are moving there. And no, it's just a little tiny army. I think we just basically fought this army, and it's not worth the fight. Well, let's just auto-resolve it, and by sending the rest of our peasants there as well, to leech all the XP. And then once we're done, we trade units between the Fey Enchantress and Rapunce, and then send Rapunce back southward. All of you go there as well, minus Renee, who is going to Maragliano, and is going to stay there. Alright, Esther, you still need to leech XP for a few more levels. And then the same thing for Marie Le Chasseur, although that's going to be a lot more levels. Can you go into regular stance now? Cassian. Frankly, we could probably just delete him now. He doesn't really serve much of a purpose anymore. Just costing us 400 gold per turn for no reason. Alright, goodbye. And that way he can't spread his plague. Chantal. To Magritta you go, Louen, through this territory you go. Like so. And Chantal land in Magritta.
My path is clear.
Beauty. Alrighty, and we have... how many turns? 5 turns until the end is now. Yeah, we can get back to Mousillon. We got it. We got it. Ooh, it was close, but it looks like we're okay. Head down to Shipwreck Town and explore the island. Oh, I won't be able to auto-resolve this, will I? No, it'll kill off your entire army. You know, let's manually fight this super quick, because this is a silly battle and the enemy has, well, not enough troops for us to be concerned with, despite the fact, mind you, that... oh, damn, it's the smiley face map. Okay. This map is not great for artillery. But oh well, not a big deal. It will be fine. If very slightly annoyed. Alright, so this is what we'll want to do. We'll set up the artillery all the way up here. Damn, I wish we had gotten the other side, but it's okay. And just set up right here. Fire on the enemy as they move towards you. We'll put the Grail Relic in the center with the spears all around them. They can protect each other's flanks, and then we'll have you guys ready to throw yourselves in once the enemy big boy, crabby boy, arrives. Then we'll send the various... range units like this to get around the enemy army. Like we could probably just annoy a few of them if we wanted to already, like this. And the 2 Knights of the Realm out here, hidden in lance formation to go after the enemy range units. Alright. You, sir, are going to be group 1, you're going to be group 2, though your grouping probably won't matter. Start deployment, and go. And should probably set you guys up in... okay, you can be 4, you can be group 3. Alright, you guys annoy that unit of zombie-powered gunnery mobs, and in fact, you guys can all move there. Alright. And just annoy the enemy as best you can, for as long as you can while staying out of range. Yeoman archers, wannabe knights, whatever you're calling yourselves these days. Alrighty, looks like we've been spotted by the crabby boy, but you know what? Knights, just go, just go. You can lose a few units, just distract the enemy. Is that a unit of depth guard? Yes. Knights, go. The more the enemy is distracted, the more damage we can do with our skirmishers. And oh, damn! Looks like a lot of the arrows are getting stopped by this blob of rocks. That's fine. I guess stay here and annoy the enemy main targets. Looks like they're chasing our knights, but that's fine. Otherwise, nothing is really happening. Alright, you. Just keep doing what you're doing, you're fine. Maybe go after the range units to some degree. So, like so, and just do your thing. Enemy can't really react to any of this. And Krabby Boy has stopped chasing the knights. Knights stay right there. And you guys just move away slightly so that you don't get hit by the hand cannons. And the enemy has still not drawn in. Man, these guys have been firing for this entire time. They have not done a lot of damage. We are going to replace a few of them for that reason. With Knight to the Realm or Questing Knights or whatever we get. Alright, enemy army is nearly there. Would have liked to have actually destroyed the enemy range units with our yeomen, but it's all good. Alright, you guys charge those hand cannons, would you? And here come the enemy. This is a depth guard unit. Okay, we're gonna need you to deal with them, so charge. We'll need some armor piercing as well. And let us do a harmonic convergence on you, the expendables. Alright, don't let you get killed though. Alrighty, and we'll debuff everybody once we're ready. Alright, good. Alright, you guys go switch to the Rotting Leviathan now. The knights can take care of the rest. Alright, you guys charge, I no longer know who to target the Castle Crashers at, but that's okay. Like so. Alright, knights charge right into the back of those Depth Guard and then get the heck out of there. Alright, you guys turn off skirmish mode and move behind. Alright, knights just charge on through. Did I not send the Grail Relic in? Oh wow, I'm dumb. I completely forgot about it. To be fair, we haven't been using them a lot. Alright, and now it's time to debuff everybody while they're here. Good. Alright. Now, all of you... Oh, trebuchets, don't do that. Well, I guess if they're only killing peasants, it doesn't really matter, but, yeah. Alright, you, back away. And back the Grail Relic away as well. Knights, keep charging on through. You're fine. And just surround and kill what's left. Alright, we can just watch the rest of this. There we go. You gotta love watching the Krabby Boys do their thing. Looks like we're gonna get hit with some kind of spell work here. And Grail Relic is nearby. You just float around, my friend. Knights. Thought I told you to get out. Go into regular stance now. I'm taking a lot of effort to bring down that Rotting Leviathan, but hardly surprising. Alright, you guys all go for Krabby Boy. And yes, I know that the knights are anti-large, but that doesn't really come into effect here. Or it won't matter, I should say. Charge the zombie-powered gunnery mobs, please, all of you together. And mob of peasants go for the Rotting Leviathan, together with the Grail Relic helping you out. Okay, let's get the Les Miserables out lest they die. Let's do another debuff or maybe a buff. I could buff you, let's say. Doesn't really matter who. And then, our Lord can now go after the enemy Vampire Fleet Admiral. As to whether that'll be effective remains to be seen. Alright. Now continue bringing down the Rotting Leviathan. Yeah, that's not very effective with those mounted yeomen, rather. I'd be curious to see how effective it'll be once we have those mounted yeomen maxed out. I mean, they were never going to be doing a crazy amount of damage, but nonetheless, something to pay attention to. You also have the Trickster Shard. I forgot that we had kept that on you. Alright, poke away. How's that Grail Relic doing? Not getting brought down? Alright, you guys come in and finish this. With your anti-large. Honestly, this does actually feel appropriate. You know, usually the piles of range units that you have will bring down Krabby Boys and other giant units within like a couple of shots. But the fact that this thing stayed on field and it took so much effort to bring it down actually felt kind of fantastic. Monsters shouldn't die easy, you know what I mean? I would actually love a rebalance that would essentially maybe decrease the amount of damage that monsters do, but massively increase their HP and resistances, so that they take much longer to bring down, but obviously so that you can't use like them to obnoxious degrees. Though they should obviously be crushing piles of units. Anyway, how did we do here? 3k, wow, 3k, 2.3k, yeah, not a lot of damage. I guess the lack of armor piercing makes them ineffective against the Rotting Leviathan, but it's not like we have range with armor piercing anyway. Yeah. We're gonna ransom captives once again. I really want to see what this debuff is. The kidnapper debuff. Alright, you got it yet? Treasury plus 8,000? No, still no debuff. Maybe I should have just been taking the money with Louen. You go here, grab that mysterious island, and then get ready to head towards the end game. Alright, and we're over 9,000 again, which is also fantastic. Alrighty, well, with that, I do believe we are once again out of time, and I think I'm going to call the episode here. Next time, we'll start with a little bit of admin. We will... Oh, did I not auto-resolve this? Yeah, auto-resolve it. No one will die, right? 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 Yeah. These guys have more important stuff to do. And in fact, you know what? Between the episodes, I'll swap the units around, and when we come back, I won't have to waste on-screen time with it. And maybe I'll do some item work as well, if I remember to do so. Or maybe we'll do that next time, because it's kind of like gambling and kind of fun to watch. We'll do that. We'll probably also head to Xerixel to destroy the Skaven for good, unless Durthu does it for us. But either way, we'll be fine. We'll send Raponce back down south to start dealing with the exiles of Couronne, probably end a few turns as we prepare and start off with the endgame. At least it seems highly likely. And if we can't find a battle next time, we'll do the quest battle for the Chalice of Potions, so stay tuned for all of that, as well as the encroaching endgame. Don't forget to leave a like and comment. All glory to the algorithm. And thanks for watching.